Reading Promethea was a fun, impactful, and memorable period of time for me, which largely led me to register to take after religion as a class. Promethea is an occult-based and esoteric 32-issue comic book series created by Alan Moore, J. H. Williams III, and Mick Gray, published by America's Best Comics between 1999 and 2005. Alan Moore, the writer of the series, is a self-proclaimed occultist, ceremonial magician, and anarchist. The series follows a college student named Sophie Bangs, who is researching the obscure recurring fictional character named Promethea for a class assignment. When she begins to write about the character, she finds herself transformed into the latest incarnation of Promethea. Moore uses the series and characters to explore perceptions of reality through the lens of his own philosophy, spirituality, and arguably religion, modern Hermeticism, and Western esotericism. Many criticize this aspect of the book, saying that at times the story becomes a mouthpiece for Moore to introduce readers to his views on life. Moore himself is aware of this, almost preaching, however, is perfectly okay with that, claiming that it's intentionally that way. The series is written as a narrative, but also as an instructional guide of Alan Moore's Hermetic beliefs. This is interesting because the Corpus Hermeticum, one of the defining texts of Hermeticism, is itself largely written as a dialogue between Hermes Trismegistus, a combination of the Greek god of wisdom, Hermes, and the Egyptian god of language, Thoth, and a disciple. Some of the Hermetic beliefs explored include the Hermetic view of God as having created everything but also being everything, Solve et coagula, the idea that understanding a part helps one better understand the whole and move up in levels of understanding, the fact that expectations create perspective, as above so below, the idea that the structure of everything is repeated in everything else, that structure in particular being the Kabbalistic tree of life, in which the Sefirot describe the nature of divinity and the paths between them describing ways to know the divine. This tree of life is a very important part of the series, with the characters literally traveling up the paths in the Sefirot of the tree to achieve oneness with the one, the all, God in the story. When one looks deeper, they will find that the entire series structure reflects that of the Tree of Life, with the 32 issues representing the 22 paths and the 10 Sefirot. The last issue in particular explores the principle of as above so below, with it itself having 32 pages, being a microcosm of the series as a whole, and the series a macrocosm of the last issue. Arguably, the most important feat of the book is in giving the reader the new perspective of life within the context of Moore's definition of magic. Moore states, "I believe that magic is art, and that art, whether that be music, writing, sculpture, or any form, is literally magic. Art is, like magic, the science of manipulating symbols, words or images, to achieve changes in consciousness. Indeed, to cast a spell is simply to spell, to manipulate words to change people's consciousness, and this is why I believe that an artist or a writer is the closest thing in the contemporary world to a shaman." The main takeaway being, as Moore maintains, the imagination is just as real. I highly recommend giving it a read. Thank you for watching, and I'll provide links in the description to download and buy Promethea below.